welcome back to our channel. So today I want to talk about something that I mentioned in the last video, well, our last gig work video, whatever, like what's the best areas to work in to make the most money and stuff like that. And I got a comment from the comment section, so I'm gonna put it on the screen right now. She basically said that sometimes she gets better tips in the low income area compared to the middle or the high class area. So I want to know what you guys think about that and stuff, and we're gonna give you guys our take on it as well, so stay tuned. All right, y'all, so if you didn't know, we both pretty much live, I would say, in a more low income area. We don't live in like a high middle class area, and he has worked in his area before to see like what kind of orders there is, and the orders are pretty much what? Yeah, like definitely. Like if he was to do a full day in his area, Instacart, Spark, and whatever, Uber Eats or whatever, it would be a real struggle, like a real struggle. So that's what we're saying. Like, let us know down below, like, how do you feel? Like, what's the better area for you guys to work in? If is it low class, middle class, high income, whatever, however you want to call it or whatever? Where would you make the most money at? And do you feel like the low income people tip more than the high income and the middle income people? Because we got examples of both, basically. So one time we was delivering a batch, and a lady came out. This was a housing authority or whatever. She came out and tipped us $10. That doesn't happen. Basically, we work gig work a long time, and we rarely ever get tips on the batch, especially in the lower income areas. I'm not saying that doesn't happen, because you gotta think about it. Say this person is paying $25 a month in rent, because that's how much the people in the projects pay. I know firsthand or whatever. I didn't live in the project, but I know from people and stuff like that. Some people pay $25 in rent, so they're able to afford to tip you $10, $15, $20 if they're generous and they want to, you know, give out the money or whatever. But that's not gonna happen everywhere. So one time he delivered to this big mega mansion. He had all of these words and stuff like that. The guy came out and he tipped them 5 singles basically, and it was a heavy order, right? Yep. Heavy order, a lot of work and stuff like that. And he tipped them 5 singles. He got a mega mansion. Like, he could have tipped more than that, but he didn't want to. It depends on the person. Some people are rich and very cheap, and they're not going to tip you because they want to stay rich. They want to keep their money. Of course, they should be more generous and give you more, but it really all depends. And in the middle class, you know, I would say the majority they tip. You know, we even got tip baited one time in a high income area. So it really depends on the person. I don't really feel like it's more so the low income, the high income, the middle income. It just depends really on the person, I believe. So like that lady, she didn't have to give us that $10, but she wanted to, you know. You don't get tips on Spark batches and stuff like that. But let us know how you guys feel. Like, have you ever worked in a low income area and made a whole lot of money compared to working in a high income area? Let us know. We worked in every single area there is. We worked in low income, high income, super rich, middle class, etc., etc. Like, we just moved areas right now. We moved from like an area, we say like $10,000 more that they make a year, and the batches here are better, which is strange. I don't know why the batches are better. Even the shopping, that was a good shopping that we had got. Like, that wasn't too bad. And it wasn't even a tip on there really. It was a batch. It was like the whole, what is batch pay or whatever it's called, base pay. So let us know down below, what do you think about this? Like, have you experienced where you got tipped higher in the low income neighborhoods compared to the high income neighborhoods? You can't just say like, okay, I'm pulling into this mega mansion with this 12 bedrooms. I'm expecting to get a $40 tip on top of whatever they already tipped. So I don't know. Like, what do you think about it?
I mean, it all depends. Because I be working in my area, and I gotta work all day just to barely touch $100. They don't be tipping at all. Uber Eats is trash. Everything. And
when you work Domino's,
trash.
In his area, no tips at all. People are just scrounging up enough money in the low income areas to get the pizza. So when you work in the low income areas, you can't really expect tips. That's just how I see it. You really can't expect tips because it's a low income area. And when we do work those areas, we know what to expect. So it really depends. But we always teach to go work in the high income neighborhoods. I don't care what nobody tells you. In our experience of working all these years and stuff like that, the high income neighborhoods we make more money. That's just what it is. No, we never been here before. It's the first time. Yeah. So yeah, let us know down below what you guys think about all of this and your opinion. And yeah, would you take working in a high income neighborhood that makes over $100,000 a year, or would you rather work in a low income neighborhood for that day making $20,000 a year? Because they're not gonna have money to tip. So I don't know. It's just our personal opinion and our experience. But if you are somewhere where you're getting tips in the low-income neighborhood, stay there. By all means, stay there for sure, for sure. But yeah, pretty much the video, and we'll see you guys next time.